May quickly, may just made him say, were you surprised? Say they are just include your kind of say still under consideration. The party is still looking at consensus building on this date issue.
Mpacho, Mechia, Shefoni, Tifo, Nina. I am not actually surprised with the decision and the outcome of their meeting. Says still, NPP phone to me and coming out with the date. The reason is that they are looking at a couple of factors. And I think if you look at the time in which we are in now, especially as an economy, then they are the party in power. And so they have to tread cautiously. In their constitution and in their own roadmap for selecting presidential candidates, when they are in power and when they are in opposition, they all know when to do it. But the exigencies of the time, now you won't see Emma Nyama Yeno Adani. They are being very cautious of the timing because they are looking at the success of the current government will have impact on their chances of the next election. Nobody can take that away from because it's a continuation. So definitely if you come to campaign, whatever your policies are as a presidential candidate, it will be reference to the performance of the current government. And so if care is not taken, now focus will be shifted towards campaign. And of course, individual presidential candidate will also be almost the one person and who has no umbeka. Into Besheno, a bit disruptive government attention in a sense, whilst government is trying to prosecute a certain agenda with certain policies, trying to convince or trying to talk about it. Now, Omo definitely will also come with their own fresh policies. Until whilst we can the policy, abansu wonidie, then after which is the way to go? These things will bring confusion. And so they have to look at it very carefully. Time no ebe buomo. I am not surprised because time na you won't see ano. One year, the party will not even end up going to the elections. It will just break. I am not surprised. However, whilst they are taking this decision, they also have to be careful that it is not being done with any political motive. Say, because they have to do it to favor a candidate. And so the current executives of the party are in a very critical situation, a sensitive situation. Someone share here decisions on be taken, a bit impacted the current government. For instance, whilst government is focused on trying to salvage the economy from the current downturn, then you are focusing on party activities. When party activities start, it disrupts everything. Because you can't take it out because the party is there for the government and government is there for the party. And so the two must work together.
But then Grofo Ashasia war campaign. And Grofo Ashasia war media engagement. And Grofo Ashasia war de and sebe to just say me manisu adi hununi ye yimia we na me pese me ye enesa me koso on daily basis. So amount for I can say the earlier the better. Twintwen so pii anya no nema the more amount for na ma wo keka sansem no deepin saa we no
enukre say a chance wa omo so pese on say bima resigning because of that. And so they almost pentem say mama ho kwan say be start as put your plans in and your programs in place and be so you bet my or say na the entity that make us say a very critical momo and I'm not surprised about the decision. He said here say omuni all the interested parties they will do more consultation so they will understand the time they are in. You see mre bia ni emu ade nti mre na omo wom sisi ano if not because of what is going on now it could have been easy for them to say, let's go ahead. Because, of course, the current president has a year or say barely to go. Because this year has already started. and we know what is happening this year. But if you look at what is happening now, to me, it will be in the party's own interest to make sure that whatever is going on now, government is not disrupted.
Okay.
But rather, they should look at how to bring the economy back. Because at the end of the day, it will benefit whoever becomes the presidential candidate as well. If the economy comes back, because that is what they will all ride on to campaign. And so it is good that they take their time, sit together with all the interested parties, the proposed aspire now almost one person on Bejinano. No omni omutenasi. Afe no omu echita for those who support them to understand what should drive their campaign, what should drive their communicators, what should drive their comment, what they should say, what they should not say. Say the same party no person obey DNA no. Say one show you now uma nyama bi ekiko against one gasa party now. Your opposition will use the same thing against you. And also you're very careful.
Okay.
And you know, for me, you know, looking at these issues, and me feel say decision omo take here say omo twen kakra no. I think say it is in good order. The reason is that say omo hwe ye na say ade we anko se na corner. It will be very difficult for them to even have a very peaceful Congress.
Okay. What's saying in Yumbre, I would see in Yumbre, saying, and Usfasa as CB 055055692 or 0550567929. Punch and I will share our Kessben television and on Kessben radio. Send us a WhatsApp or a text message. Now, issue number 2 before I see economy no man ye ko economy no man. And issue number 2, measure same through her elder. The people have called it the coup, a minority front in parliament. Now, new chairman of the NDC, Asiedu Enketiane, ne General Secretary, Honorable Fifi Kwete, and party penny for actual love letter. Their comrade Shebejum say one leadership, minority leader, minority chief, we penny and penny for no. Why yes, such a the new list, a comma speaker of parliament, and no, and a kofa bruha, and I say, mentimehua simpin chimpin, a mouthful reading meaning. But utie Asiedu Nketia Samoa interviewer Okoye wo London abontin so a o say yende situation na eda ho ne se yempanyimfo edi enim no ene omo antagonize speaker omo ne speaker no ntem enhyeda enye fine speaker esusu nkoye NDC speaker ye ne yede naba na saade ne yade a ekotia party no interest e wo mrahye bedwam. And you know, 2 choices. Say, Ombe Hyan Sacha, and I saw no Obe resign. No, yet ready, so Obe resign. So the ultimate choice was set now Obe reshuffle or minority leadership. What do any edis as a explanation or the man and the Ikoso Ewo Mrashebedjem with respect to the minority leadership saying, and I heard that Efano.
In fact, it was a big surprise. It was a big surprise for me. Wo echire no. Ha. Ena nyama ekoso wo parliament no so no. I think say ohwe political party the way anka party person nyama be kono. Utiechi a obofo say eko ni sa bakuni say one, they were able to elect a speaker for the first time from the minority side. Afi o hwe budget hu semsema baaye ni kwan omofa so amutumi fight here to reject portions of it. I mean to delay, for instance, the passing of this e-levy. O hwe nyama ekoso nyina na and can do na, of course certain things also, I mean, cause the anger of certain people, especially Tama Omoye vetting, no. I am more expected say ministers maybe president appointee omo no and can they will not go through nafi no, people were also disappointed. So those mixed, feelings no ebaye. And amount for feel say the current leadership, no, there should be there might have been some compromise somewhere. But Ushensua omu kokos ne mo no niama bi su ekokoso wo mu a enye niama nyina na omu so betumi aba abonta abeka because both the majority and the minority caucus no omu hu say niama bi wo ho a enye. In fact, and I'm sure say even within the majority caucus NPP no so they also had challenges for some time ago also with their leadership, and also ebimusu calling for heads to roll into the NDC aspect ni there. O share time na information ni buy information announcement ni buy no na o share niama economy economy na like akwese it was a surprise for everybody because nobody was expecting that to happen. But we share what explanation I said during Ketia General Secretary Chairman ni buy na. In fact, initially no na for me I was surprised because I was thinking there was a first announcement, there was first reason given. Say they want to strategize for elections ahead next year, and they think that looking at the issues going on in the economy, they need somebody who. But that one, for me, it is not a valid point because where the current, Dr. Atufosin, already he's playing his role as the minority spokesperson on finance, and Haruna is also playing his role. But you see, the relationship matters most in some of these things. And so if there's a problem between the leadership of the minority and the speaker, then indeed that is going to also impact them. And so they are within their caucus. And in sema ekosu wo muntemo no omu nimchen yenya yebo wa abonti ye ya wa abonti ni de ye hunu na ye ka but omo mu wo mu no so hu se de bi ne ma bi koso a se yanhwe yi a e be affect yen. But for me, looking at the hang nature of the parliament, the obey no obetumi aye. They want to me, not to me.
Okay.
And you know, whether there's a problem with the speaker or not, if they want to do something, they can easily do it because the speaker is not the final arbiter in most of the situations.
Okay.
Because it goes through elections. If there's something, or mutu abasu or parliament or no. For me, because they are within their caucus and they understand what is going on, and they think that this is the best decision for them to take, well, I don't have a problem because whatever decision you take, there's a reason for it, and it will either go in your favor or it go against you. The only good thing is that from now to election, there's a little bit of a time. Until whatever issues there are, they can resolve it and then move on. Because they need that cooperation in parliament for them to be able to prosecute whatever agenda that they have to. But one thing they have to know is that the situation we find ourselves now as a country, whoever becomes a leader needs to build consensus, needs to build a certain level of relationship with the majority side as well, because of the interest of the country. And so if the idea is that we want somebody who will always oppose everything, we want somebody who will always speak against everything, Ghanaians who are very discerning now will then start seeing certain things in a certain limelight that, no, this is not what we expect. You see, what politicians must understand very well is that don't concentrate your decisions on what your core members are looking for. Because you see, your core members, if you go and stand on the campaign trail and you want to say anything, whether it is good or bad, they will praise you, they will shout, they will encourage you, and they will urge you on. Because after all, he listening to you is enough. Whatever you say, even if it is bad, he will look for it to come and defend you. But the final arbiters, who are the ones who are more discerning, they listen and they analyze. And now, because of education, people are more analytical. You just don't tell them things and then they just accept it. So the core party membership who accept anything at all that their political leaders just tell them has reduced drastically. So they have also become discerning now. And so if you think that oh, let's go and tell them whatever you want to tell them. Let's make noise and let's criticize and let's castigate. Let's you don't do constructive criticism and you just want to make a lot of noise for people to understand you or hear you. You realize that at the end of the day, you make all the fine noises, but the decision makers will analyze and they will take their decision based on that.
Okay. Maybe that's the other. I'll come back to you when you bring.